The pale bear cometh, my friends. You know, they used to call me that at the bar I worked at. Brothers, I know every hipster out there is going to want to make a bear deck once they see old Duskana. So let's talk about it, my dude. I put together a list. It ain't budget though, but it showcases what this commander is capable of. Let's check out the sweet Duskana, the Rage Mother. So this is 2 red, green, and a white for a legendary creature bear. It's a 5/5. When Duskana, the Rage Mother, enters the battlefield, draw a card for each creature you control with base power and toughness 2/2. Whenever a creature you control with base power and toughness 2/2 attacks, it gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Everybody thinks bears are cute, right? They're cuddly little hibernating cutie pies. The truth of the matter is that they're savage monsters. They're real-life apex predators that can outrun a moose and outfight any creature on the planet. Good-sized bear has paws like dinner plates and claws like steak knives. Now, you didn't come here for a Joe Rogan rant on bears, did you, dude? But it is kind of cool how, like, you know, a bear's DNA transforms whatever it eats. You know, salmon, blueberries, whatever. It transforms that into a bear. I don't know, man. It's just kind of weird when you think about it. So anyways, we have this neat little payoff for playing 2/2 creatures. Or is it? We're a Naya, so a token strategy would be fantastic with Duskana. We have several token doublers in this color combination, like Anointed Procession, Parallel Lives, Doubling Season, Mondrak. You got Primal Vigor out there. So what are some 2/2s that we can create? Well, here comes Field of the Dead. It's coming out of nowhere. When Field of the Dead or another land enters the battlefield under your control, if you control 7 or more lands with different names, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. The Pale Bear loves 2/2 zombies just like we all do. And of course, Felidar Retreat, classic card, has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, choose one, but we're only going to choose this one, dude. Create a 2/2 white cat beast creature token. Which actually brings up an interesting point. Dusana only cares if your 2/2s have base power and toughness 2/2. You know, so if you increase that with anthems and counters, you're going to be in good shape. How about a Seeka's Chariot, man? 3 and a green for a legendary artifact vehicle. It's a 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, create 2 2/2 green cat creature tokens. Whenever a Seeka's Chariot attacks, create a token that's a copy of target token you control. So you're getting another cat, probably. Pretty efficient token creator, dude. With Duskana out there, that's 10 powers worth of cat tokens. Cats are cool, man, unless they bite the back of your legs when you're trying to pee in the middle of the night. And if you want some 2/2 creatures, check out the Thunderhawk Gunship. 6 generic mana for an artifact vehicle. It's a 6/6 with flying. When it enters the battlefield, create your 2/2 white Astartes warrior creature tokens with vigilance. You get 2 of them. Whenever this thing attacks, attacking creatures you control gain flying until end of turn, which is very advantageous in a deck like this. Hey man, check out this equipment. You got your Bladehold War Whip out there, dude. 1 red and a white for an artifact equipment. Has 4 Mirrodin. So that's when you create a little 2/2 red rebel creature token, then attach this to it. Equip abilities of other equipment cost 1 less to activate. Equip creature has double strike, has equip for 3 red and a white. How about some rebels, brother? These guys are already augmented up, ready to swing. Which kind of brings me to my first sub-theme here, equipment. There's some really good 2/2 creatures that play really nicely with equipment. You have Saram here. He's a really sweet little dwarf, man. He's a good guy to get to know. He's smoking cigars in his workshop in the night, brother. He looks like Joe Rogan a little bit. Then you have Danitha Patrick, the legend herself. She becomes absolutely buck diesel when she's a 5/5. Looks like a dang UFC legend out there. And the Pure Steel Paladin. Did you know this guy was a 2/2? He's got his amazing Pope hat out there. He's a 2/2 that mitigates the downside of equipment decks, the equip cost. Yeah, man, there's a whole grip of little guys that care about equipment, little 2/2s. You got Arden out there. He's striking a real GQ Ralph Lauren underwear photo shoot pose in the sky, brother. All of a sudden, you've got a big monster 5/5 wearing all your equipment. Then you got Rayav, the Master Smith. This guy's a real swarthy character. He's out there giving your equipped 5/5s double strike. Best beard in the whole city, brother. That's manliness unshackled. And listen, man, it's been about a year since All Will Be One came out, but you forgot all about our friend Jor Kadeen, the first Gold Warden. This is 1 red, 1 white mana for a legendary creature, human rebel. It's a 2/2 with trample. Whenever this guy attacks, it gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of equipped creatures you control. Then if his power is 4 or greater, draw a card. Guess what? His power is gonna be 4 or greater because you got your stupid Pale Bear commander out there. I don't know how to say this guy's name, Chichiro, whatever the heck it is, man. This guy isn't a 2/2, but he's making 2/2 creatures when equipment ETB. Listen, brother, that's a way to go with Duskana. You can go with equipment, my friend. Now I know what you're thinking. Duskana's coming in the face down, disguised morph precon there. The designers probably intended Duskana to be used with face down creatures, which are actually base 2/2 scrubs themselves. But there are so many utility 2/2s out there, it's ridiculous. Cards like the old Solemn Simulacrum are heavily played, nay, celebrated for their abilities. This guy's ramp and card draw and a skinny little sad body. Those are the two perfect pillars of Commander, and now he's a 5/5 on attack, dude. He's not just some useless wretch out there. So you have Solemn, and this little utility creature that saves a ton of mana and can bang him for damage with Duskana out there, the Goblin and Archomancer. Speaking of Mancers, you got the Deep Gnome Terramancer, Archivist of Ogma. They're just little guys, man. There's no shame in that. I'm a little guy myself. I'm only about 5'7", but my arms are literal cannons, dude. With Duskana out there, these little fellas finally have the opportunity to show off all their gains, brother. These guys have been hitting triceps 3 times a week, and that's the secret. It's 2/3 of your arm, man. Oh, then we got Captain Falcon over here. The Guardian Augmenter makes your commander a legit combat threat, but also protects him from targeted removal. Listen, man, if you're like old Nicky G here, you build around your commander as the gods of magic decreed when they first set foot on this cursed planet. Did you know Grenzo was a 2/2? Grenzo the Frenzo? This guy's under $2 right now due to a Commander Masters reprint. This guy's a fantastic card advantage engine. Play your opponent's stuff. Now he's a 5/5 with Duskana. Now I know I've heard it all before, you guys don't like women made of floating rocks as much as I do, but Lelia plays off that exile well and is a fantastic attacker. Starts out as a 2/2. Now Jolene the Plunder Queen, she looks like a ripoff of a Street Fighter character or something, some kind of reject out there. 2 red and a green for a legendary creature, human warrior, it's a 2/2. Whenever a player attacks one or more of your opponents, that attacking player creates a treasure token. If you would create one or more treasure tokens, instead, create those tokens plus an additional treasure token. Sacrifice 5 treasures, put 5 +1/+1 counters on Jolene. That's a beefy lady right there, brother. I love my ladies beefy. And that's better Commander, dude. You also have some neat destruction effects that start out as 2/2s, like the old Bane of Progress here. This guy just got back from killing Batman. This can be a really mean threat. And Manglehorn is out there. He's just a horny dude. He hates swords buddies. He won't have them in his vicinity. And of course, you can stick in some hate bears to make your opponents hate your guts. Winning the award for the most impractical weapon of all time is the Grand Abolisher. Look at that, dude. This guy, do not approach him from the side. He will abolish you. He's pretty safe to approach from the front, though. And the winner of the best beard to cover his genitalia, you have the Collector Oof out there. If you're building a hate bear deck, this little twink is a way to punish all those treasure, clue, food, token decks. You can slot in the ultimate hate bear, a Kithkin seething with hatred. Look into his tiny eyes. Look into his flat nose if you want to. Gaddock Teague out there, green and a white for a legendary creature. Kithkin Advisor, it's a 2/2. Non-creature spells with mana value 4 or greater can't be cast. Non-creature spells with X in their mana cost can't be cast. So great are his wisdom and spirit that many who have met him say that they stood before a giant of a man and talked to the wisest of the 4 winds. Yeah, this guy isn't really a hate bear, but would this be a better Commander video if I didn't include an old card that no one has ever heard of, a gelatinous brother, the Soltari Visionary. 3 mana for a creature, Soltari Cleric, it's a 2/2 with Shadow. When this guy deals damage to a player, destroy target enchantment that player controls. Pretty diesel, dude. They're not going to have a way to block this thing, get rid of their big enchantment. And hey man, while we're theory crafting this thing, did you know there are exactly 100 elves that have base power and toughness 2/2? You want to capitalize on elf synergies, or are you an elf yourself out there, dude? There are some fantastic synergies there. Utility cards like Oracle of Moldiah, and attackers like Tana the Bloodsower sowing blood into your eyes, brother. And so oddly enough, even though there are a bunch of 2/2 bears, there are just a couple that are any good, like Wilson here, man. Good thing about this guy is he's got Vigilance, Reach, and Trample. He can't be countered. Fantastic attacker, my dude Wilson out there. He's out there eating potions in the woods, man. I used to do that all the time when I was a kid. Heck yeah, dude. Duskana is an interesting commander. I would build a 2/2 utility creature, slop in the Bronze Walrus here, man. This guy's a 2/2 that taps to add 1 mana of any color, and also you can scry 2 when he ETBs. The good thing about this deck too is that when Duskana enters the battlefield, that's when you're drawing your cards, dude. So if you add in some mass blink like Eerie Interlude, you're off to a great start, man. So if you like this video, leave a like, drop a comment with anything I missed, and subscribe to the channel, brother. And listen, man, you walk into your local game store, you're going to see a couple walruses playing Pokemon or something. And that's Better Commander, and this is Nikki G signing off.